This week in our collective heads, wanna put an old rumor to bed. Stereotype that you've all heard, how we're all just angry video game nerds. Most of us have actual jobs, kids and families and cats and dogs, yeah. This week in our collective heads, this week in our collective heads.
Welcome to This Week in Our Collective Heads. I'm Patrick, and welcome to the Gaming News Show. Sorry for the delay this week. Got a little busy in San Antonio and playing way too much Candy Crush. I'll admit it. Never played the game, but tried it out this weekend. Anyways, topic for the week, just to get that out of the way, is what is the best Mario series? I'm going to let you guys kind of discuss that in the comments. I will discuss that at the end and read your comments on Twitter and live on TWIOCH on Twitch, TWIOCH Gaming on Twitch. So got some interesting news this week. Don't know how many of you guys kind of followed it around, but we got our backwards compatibility games, which were Nin 2 Jump. Kevin and I have a normal thing that we do where we make up stories about what the game is actually about because we don't know what it's really about. So Nin 2 Jump, since I have not played this, Nin 2 Jump is actually a Nintendo retro game, or pretending to be a retro Nintendo game, where you play as a Nintendo, as an NES, and you have to jump like a pole vault in the Olympics. Nin 2 Jump. So that's that game. We also got New Rally X. It's a boring racing game. That's my opinion on something I've never played before. And Mr. Driller Online. This one is interesting because obviously this never happened, but Mr. Driller Online is a game where you play Daniel Day-Lewis from There Will Be Blood, and you have to build your oil empire, and you have different resources that you have to manage. You have to manage your income, the oil, and how you're going to respend and everything, and you also have to manage your morale with the people that you're working with, as well as your closeness to your son. And if that goes too low, if you don't spend enough time with your son, then you get the kill screen where he screams, "I've abandoned my boy! I've abandoned my child!" So that would be a great game if that actually existed, but it doesn't. So enjoy that game that doesn't exist. We also got more Nintendo stuff. Oh, sorry. I'm working multiple things here. I'll set this over here. Set this up here. Maybe that'll work. This is why I need a second screen. And a second screen created. Okay. Apologies for the delay. So, that's more Pokemon news. Niantic responded with a message about the new updates for Pokemon, basically saying not a whole lot. Let me see if I can grab that for you. The new updates that we were talking about were the updates regarding, where was it? So the updates regarding the tracking system and all of that. And Niantic responded by saying, "Trainers, as many of you know, we recently made some changes to Pokemon Go. No duh. We have removed the 3-step display in order to improve upon its underlying design. The original feature, although enjoyed by many, was also confusing and did not meet our underlying product goals. We will keep you posted as we strive to improve this feature." Yeah, it was confusing, but it was not impossible. You could actually work it pretty easily if you knew what you were doing. It still was a game of hot and cold, though. We have limited access by third-party services, which were interfering with our ability to maintain quality of service for our users and to bring Pokemon Go to users around the world. The large number of users has made the rollout of Pokemon Go around the world an interesting challenge. We aren't done yet. Yes, Brazil, we want to bring the game to you. What they're saying here, there's multiple things they're really discussing. The limited party services, what they're just talking about is they shut down the servers that were essentially querying through an API, through their API, to get the location of Pokemon so that you could get to them. and they specifically say in there they're removing it because it interferes with the maintain quality of service. It doesn't. What happened was people were using that to track down specific Pokemon that they wanted, and when you take these, it doesn't remove them for everybody else, so it really wasn't that big of a deal, in my opinion. It's kind of cheating, but the part where they said that the large number of users has made the rollout interesting, they're acknowledging that the rollout was not smooth whatsoever. There were a lot of missteps in the rollout, specifically the ones that really screwed up servers, screwed up your connectivity to the servers. You'd have to log in repeatedly. If you're on an Android, you'd just hit the Google button, but if you're on iPhone, you'd have to actually log in every single time. So they're kind of acknowledging that, which is cool. They also said, we've read your posts and emails, and we hear the frustration from folks in places where we haven't launched yet. And from those who missed the features, we want you to know that we have been working crazy hours to keep the game running and continue to launch globally. If you haven't heard us tweeting much, it's because our heads are down working on the game. But we'll do our best going forward to keep you posted on what's next. Be safe, be nice to your fellow trainers, and keep exploring the Pokemon Go team. So the fact that they don't have a team that's specifically working on social media is ridiculous. This game is making millions and millions of dollars. They can hire a couple people to just run social media, just do crowd control, talk to people about what they're actually working on, give them little hints, kind of field questions. It's really important on there. Apparently, so it also did get banned in Iran, from what I've heard, or it wasn't banned per se. One of the, was it Ayatollah? I don't remember the title. One of the sheiks there, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I can't remember their title. And I apologize. They basically announced a fatwa on Pokemon Go because they thought it was evil and it was a waste of time. If I'm not mistaken, this is the same guy who previously issued the same fatwa on chess because he thought it was eating away people's time and it was pointless. If you don't like it, then that's fine. Then don't like it. You don't have to jump into other people's faces and tell them what they should and should not be doing. More on Pokemon Go. Articuno, I always forget to pronounce the name. Articuno is one of the legendary Pokemon. It was allegedly found in Ohio. Actually, there are screenshots as well. I'll get those for you guys. Thank you for bearing with me while I'm kind of working this thing by myself. We had a lot of scheduling conflicts. Had it. There it is. Cool. So Articuno, there's the screenshots. The same person catching it. This is the same gym. That is also the same person who claims to have caught the Pokemon. The interesting thing is Niantic said that they never released this Pokemon in the game. If they didn't release the Pokemon in the game, either there was an exploit or some way that it got leaked out, and Niantic has taken it back now, saying that was a mistake. That's irritating. It's very irritating if that is a legitimate claim to actually catching that Pokemon, which many people have said it actually isn't. But yeah. There are multiple people who've said that they essentially hacked the system or specifically got game data before the servers went down, found out how to get this thing. Because it's a couple, it's a man and woman who picked this up. There are other people who said, yeah, I got it, but no one screenshotted it from what I've seen. That's just what I've seen so far, though. Another bit, there was a bug that happened as well, making the Pokemon hard to catch. Basically, there were two of them that I saw. One of them basically made even if they were lower CP, it was harder to catch them. They'd break away from their balls, they'd run away. I ran into a bug this weekend as well, where if the Pokemon broke out of the ball, when it came back up in the top of the screen. And no matter what you did, you couldn't throw it high enough to catch the Pokemon. Normally, if you threw way too high, it would actually go over. In this case, it didn't go over. It you just wasted your balls. You'd have to leave, go back, and then try to catch it. It's interesting because these are a resource that you're actually grabbing in the game, and it's irritating that people are using up that resource and it doesn't work. I'm being told that it actually was a legit, and I took it off the account. It was only live because of a bug, so I apologize. There was a bug that would let them catch the Pokemon. It's irritating. I really hope that there'd be some compensation or something like that for them, because that's very bothering. If you caught it and you're really proud of it and they take it away from you, that's pretty messed up. So in other news, the PlayStation Neo is rumored to actually come out September 7th. There is a rumor there's going to be a Sony unveil at that time. It's a hardware expo that they're actually going to unveil the PlayStation 4 in September 7th. I'm hopeful on this. I want to see what will happen on that. I'm hopeful because I want one, because it seems like something that I could, as opposed to Xbox, it's something that if I upgrade, I'm getting exactly what the future of the company is. Xbox, you're getting an improved Xbox One, but you're not getting the Scorpio. And this is PlayStation's version of the Scorpio, kind of. I'm really hopeful on the performance on this, because the Xbox One just really kind of blew everything out of the water. Now I'm kind of talking about the Xbox One as well as we're talking about this. A couple things. Apparently, the Xbox One is pretty much impossible to get right now. Most places, a lot of places are selling out, and Microsoft has said that they do not have plans to produce more of the 2 terabyte model. There will be a 500 gig and a 1 terabyte model that are coming out later. The 2 terabyte model, they said they do not have plans to make more. I call bull on this. I think they're going to make more because the holiday season's coming up, and they're going to want this on holiday. It's selling really well. Surprisingly, it's selling really well for a console that is essentially the mid-step. It's an improved version of Xbox One, and then you're getting the Xbox Scorpio later on. S is a improved version of the Xbox One, and it's great. Power consumption, the heat, the fact that the power brick is no longer exterior, it's actually built in, 40% smaller. It's really cool, and surprisingly, a lot of people are buying it and not waiting for the Xbox Scorpio. I'm considering actually picking this up. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. I'm considering picking it up because I don't trust Xbox when it comes to the Scorpio. So I don't trust them. I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know how much it's going to be. I have a feeling it's gonna be around $699 or so. $600-$700 is what I'm thinking. I don't know if I trust them, especially for the first version of this. Meanwhile, the Xbox One S, it's a smaller version of the Xbox One. It'll stream in 4K, so you can actually watch you can watch Netflix in 4K. You can watch 4K Blu-rays if you're so inclined. If you like physical media. One of the other interesting things about the Xbox One that people found out is there's a Master Chief hidden in the Xbox One inside. We do not recommend that you actually pick one of these up. We don't recommend that you open up your Xbox, but there is a Master Chief inside. It's on one of the plastic panels right next to the fan. Little tiny hidden Master Chief engraved on there. I don't know why they did this. Someone on a forum was saying that they thought they were doing it to see who all was opening them up and breaking their warranty, but people unbox these things and strip them down. IGN and many other places have done that, where they actually go, all right, let's see what the hardware actually looks like inside. Who cares about a warranty? Let's see what this thing is built, how this thing is built. You bought it, and go ahead and do whatever you want with it. It's yours now. Sure, you void the warranty, so they won't support it if you've had an issue later on, but that's your own prerogative. Do what you want. I'm considering getting it because it would be an upgraded Xbox. I have someone who's considering buying my Xbox, so if I bought that, it would basically cut down the cost. Also, if the Scorpio comes out, and it is amazing, then I'll have an Xbox One S to put into my office, or to put into another room, So it has its functionality. Then I'd have another way to stream Netflix and anything. Is where I have one TV in the house. I have my office and computer monitors and all kinds of things. We only have one TV, so if we had another Xbox One, then if we wanted another TV, then we could stream it there. But I could hook it up in the office. Could play some Xbox games here and stream them with this camera, which is a lot better setup than the Kinect does. So the DSi store will be closing soon. They're kind of reminding people that this is going to happen. We all knew this was going to happen at one point. I mean, eventually these things happen. So the DSi was the digital-only DS. It's sad that the store is closing, though, because this is digital-only, meaning that they could keep these games on their servers. I guess they just felt like there weren't enough people to justify it, but their store is closing. And I haven't seen any word on what Nintendo is going to do in regards to getting these games on another console, which is what they really should do. You bought the game, you should be able to own it. With limited hard drive space, it's kind of sad that they're doing this, because you can't re-download if the server's dead. It's what a lot of people with Xbox, the original Xboxes, dealt with when they shut down the servers for that. So it's sad, but yeah, these things happen, and so let me know if you got a DSi and how that was, because it didn't seem that appealing to me. Anyways, we do have a release date for Darkest Dungeon, which I'm excited about. Sorry, I gotta play this. There it goes. So Darkest Dungeon will be on Vita and PS4 September 27th. A lot of people are excited about this. I'm excited about it for a few reasons. I know Kevin is really excited about it. I love the look. I love the strategy as you're kind of placing them in front, and it's kind of the what was that game? Kevin's gonna give me crap for this. Was it Gauntlet, where it's the retro game where you line up your characters, and then whoever dies, you didn't have them all on screen. You had them specifically. You play one after the other. If one died, then you play as the next one. I think it was Gauntlet. Yeah, Darkest Dungeon. Just checking. I can't remember what game it was. Let me know, because I'm mixing up some old retro games that I didn't get to play when I was little. It was a game that you pick your crew. You pick what order they're going to be in. You start playing, and then when one dies, then you play as the next one. It just reminds me of that, except they're all actually stacked down there. It's going to be a really cool. I think it's going to be a cool game. It's another indie developer that I think deserves support. Looks really fun, and we've been waiting for it for quite a while. Speaking of waiting things quite a while that I'm not waiting for, year 3 for Thorn is upon us. The details for Destiny. Basically, it's, as they're calling it, Destiny's most divisive gun returns. So for Rise of Iron, there's a Rise of Iron trailer here. So essentially, there's a bunch of additions there's 8 new artifacts that are coming out. A new Rise of Iron raid, the Wrath of the Machine, launched a few days so September 23rd for that. Let me know, are you guys playing Destiny still? Or I don't know anyone who's actively playing Destiny. I know people who will go back and they will try out, because they got a season pass, and they'll go in and try out something. Now, I don't think this is not even part of the season pass anymore. But let me know. Are you playing Destiny? I think that they really dropped the ball on their plan, on their 10-year plan that they had, which seemed so grandiose at the time. I think they've really dropped the ball on that, and I'm waiting for them to restructure the game and try to get people in there, kind of the way Warcraft did and others. They don't have to do it as like Warcraft did. Warcraft did a full-on, basically let's revamp every single part of the game and make it an expansion. I think Destiny's just going to revamp it. They're not going to make it an expansion you have to buy. It's just going to be everything. It'll just be pushed out in an update later on. That's just my opinion, though. Take it for what you will. We also got some Final Fantasy 15 season pass details. Essentially, they boil down to a few things. You have 3 character packs that are going to come in there. They're basically packs for each one of the companions. You get Ignis, Prompto, and what was the other? Gladiolus. They also have a holiday pack, a booster pack, and an expansion pack. So I'm assuming the expansion pack will be an actual expansion for the game. The others, from what we're kind of gathering from the names, the others are more than likely to be like companion missions, companion story stuff, similar to what they did with Mass Effect, where you buy a bit of DLC and you get 3, 4, 5 hours, however many hours it is, of story of them. Maybe this may change the end game. I don't know. Who knows? Probably won't. But the booster pack, I'm assuming, will kind of boost your stats, which is always, it's convenient when you're playing an RPG to get through the actual game and not have to grind. As much as I would say it's not quite cheating, but I'm assuming that's what they're really getting at, is it kind of boosts you to make it easier for you. They also had a holiday pack. I really hope the holiday pack isn't some stupid thing where you get a Santa hat and that's really all it is. Like everybody's dressed up as Santa, or you fight Santa. I don't know. World of Warcraft for free has different events throughout the year. They have Brewfest, and they have a Christmas, and all of the towns will be decorated, and you can throw snowballs at people, and you can put hats on people, and it's really cool when you're bored. When you're bored and you're sitting around the auction house or whatever, I don't think that it really. I apologize. Hold on. Version of WoW. Let's subscribe. So I'm hoping that. Sorry, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stop trying to respond to comments. So I'm hoping that what it is actually, maybe is story based, because anytime you're having to put money towards something, the cosmetic thing, I'm just not a fan of. I mean, more power to you if you want to do that. That's just not me. I play Rocket League with like no cosmetic changes. I don't even put the little hat things on my antenna or anything. It's just not needed for me. Let me know. Do you buy the? Did you buy horse armor? Huh? Did you buy horse armor? Tell me if you bought horse armor. So we also got release date for a game that I didn't play. 8th Escape 2. So let me know in the comments if you played this one. This was for PlayStation 2. They're remaking it for PlayStation 4, or it's not a remake, but a remaster, I guess. I don't know. I never played the original. It honestly, I mean, it looks like it could be fun. If you have kids, I'm sure this thing's gonna be a blast, though. Excuse me while I take a drink. Talking for the whole time without anyone else talking gets you down, so that's why I reach for LaCroix, or La Croix, if you want to be fancy. Quenches my thirst with no calories. Product placement aside. So we also got some Indigo Prophecy stuff. This is an Indigo Prophecy. We also got, come on, So, Indigo Prophecy is coming to PS4 August 9th. Happy about that for a lot of reasons, because a cult classic returns. I never got to play this. It is a cult classic because the people who played this and love this really love it. I didn't get a chance to explore it, so it looks trippy. It looks dark. It looks like things that I would enjoy, and I never got to see it before. So it looks fun. Let me know if you got to play this game. It reminds me of like Heavy Rain, as well as what's the name, Parasite Eve, and a few other games. I'm probably way off on that because I haven't played the game, but let me know if you played the game. We had some more Xbox news that I forgot to mention before. Basically, they clocked the GPU, the Xbox One hardware. They basically are saying it's basically an overclocked version of the Xbox in the graphics department. So the Xbox, I think I got my stats on this too. Thank you for bearing with me, guys. There it is, Xbox One, Xbox One S. I wish they'd flipped these personally. I want the one on the left. So the CPU is exactly the same. The GPU has the same compute units, but the GPU clock on the Xbox One is higher, therefore it can compute more teraflops, and the ESRAM bandwidth is higher. Overall, it's basically like what we said. The Xbox One is an improved version of Xbox. It isn't incredibly better, but the best parts of this console, and I'm not trying to defend the console, but the best parts of the console are in the fact that it is the fact that the Xbox One is smaller, consumes less power, it's quieter, it's cooler, it doesn't have the power brick. There's a lot of upgrades to this thing other than the speed. It's probably going to run some games a little bit smoother, but you know, it's up to you if you want to get one of these or wait for the Scorpio. The Scorpio is, you're going to get allegedly you're going to get 4K gaming out of the Scorpio. In this case, you're only getting 4K streaming with the Xbox One S. So if you have a PC and you play your Xbox One, if you don't have an Xbox One, get the Xbox One S, the better version. And if you're hesitant on the Scorpio, I'm hesitant on the Scorpio though. Indigo Prophecy was actually done by, I apologize, go back. Indigo Prophecy was done by the same guy who did Heavy Rain, which is why it made me, reminded me of it so much. What else do we have for you guys today? Oh yeah, been waiting to talk about this one. You don't know what I'm talking about yet, but you will. So LucasArts has gone and shut down Frontwire. They were doing a game called Galaxy in Turmoil. They basically are trying to remove it and remove the Star Wars name from it. It's a fan project that essentially is Battlefront, what we wanted from a Star Wars Battlefront game. So they received a letter requesting they halt production on it, and with that and any Star Wars intellectual property. Now this runs into an interesting gray area where if they're making a game and they're making a game specifically for free for people to play, should it be allowed? And I think the problem that you run into is that this game was being made, but it was being distributed on Steam and some other places where they were going to be distributing it. And I think that's where you fall into a kind of a gray area. It is completely legal. It is legal for you to make something. It is legal. It is completely legal for you to make your own, draw your own Star Wars picture, or show someone how to draw a Star Wars picture. If you are selling their pictures, or if you're selling an artist rendition, you have to pay for that artist. You have to pay for, if it's an actual still from the movie and it's not altered, you have to pay Lucasfilm for that. But if you draw something yourself, then you own the rights to that. It is essentially fan art. If you ever go into any comic book conventions, you'll see this a lot. You see people who draw some Spider-Man stuff, some Harley Quinn stuff, whatever, and they can sell it because it's their original artwork of a character. In this case, You have these developers, or their original art, their original game based on Star Wars. So that's where it kind of goes into a gray area. Should they be shut down for essentially making a fan project of a game of Star Wars? It's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to kind of judge that, because it falls into a gray area, like I said. Does this game being on Steam and being on the internet, does it bother the Star Wars license? Does it confuse people? I think that's really what it boils down to, is that Disney, be it right or be it be it not, they're saying this confuses people because this is our trademark, this is our name. If they took off the name Star Wars and they continued on it, which is what it sounds like they were actually trying to do, I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it infringes too bad, because it won't confuse people. Because if I saw on Steam that a new game was coming out, if I saw it on Steam that a new game was coming out called Star Wars Galaxy in Turmoil, and I thought that was really Star Wars, and I saw this and I didn't know it was a fan project, I would be really excited, but I'd also kind of worried, because this is if I thought it was done by Disney and by Lucas, then I would think, okay, this isn't great. I'm surprised it's not as polished, because these are indies, these are fans that are actually doing it. I'm on the side of both, because I think that they should be able to build something like this. You should be able to mod it, do whatever you want, but I think that there needs to be a line drawn to show people this is a fan thing. This is not Star Wars. This is not Star Wars brand. You can't open a McDonald's down the street and serve your own burgers, call it McDonald's. You call it McDowell's. You have the golden M's and not the golden arches. They have 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. At McDowell's, they don't have sesame seeds. So you can get away with it if you call it McDowell's. It basically is the entire basis of DeviantArt is you can do whatever art you want to do. It's completely up to you, and you can sell it because you are the artist. Another thing, so off my soapbox, anyways, we got a release date for Sister Location. It is coming out this October. Friday night, this is Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. Many people are speculating what this is. This is the extended trailer or teaser, whatever you want to call it, playing here. I can't wait to play this. I cannot wait to play this. They're all advanced. So that was them without their coverings. You can see the kind of mechanical aspect. They look really futuristic. And where memories sleep. So they look really. It's not what you would expect from them. From the animatronics. It's much more advanced. By the way, Matt Pat has done a bunch of stuff on game theory on this trailer and many others, questioning where they think you are. So as you can see, like these are these futuristic versions of the characters. First I thought they were the insides. It's like futuristic, like pieces that kind of move instead of pieces moving underneath. Many people are still speculating on what this is actually going to be. He said it's released in October. Do not be surprised if this releases early. They have a habit of releasing games early, so just don't be surprised if that happens. Look forward to that, though. I'm really looking forward to it. So we got, in other news, non-Friday Night, Five Nights at Freddy's, we got some news on Inside. So Inside trophies showed up on PS4, which you can take a look at, and in our comments we got all our sources. I'm not sold on this one yet. It sounds good, but I like this. Don't read anything about it. Just play through the whole thing in one go. This makes me not want to read anything more. And in fact, I'm going to shut that off so that way we can't spoil anything more about it. The release date is confirmed for August 23rd, and that's all we'll say. So if you are intrigued, then go grab it. Maybe I shouldn't read into it more. Just considering looking into it more to kind of get a better idea of it. But anyways, we will go on to the next subject to not spoil anything else. Really happy, really happy about this. Disney Genesis Disney 16-bit Party is coming out to Steam. This is fantastic. I kid you not, I was playing these games about a week ago. Not that one. I was playing Lion King and Aladdin on Genesis about a week ago with my nephew, and these games are amazing. This is, I apologize. You can argue with me if you want, but it's the better version of Aladdin. In my opinion, it has better music, has a little bit better gameplay. The controls are a little bit tighter on Super Nintendo, I agree. But this game is actually given to two different companies to make two different games. So I love this version. Now, The Lion King is fantastic. I haven't played the Jungle Book one, so I might have to pick that up. Excuse me. I might have to pick that up. But I think if you don't have a Genesis, if you don't have access to these games, go grab it as soon as you can on GOG or Steam or wherever you can grab it. Personally, if you have it on a Genesis, it's going to be better. But you know, that's how you do it. I apologize. I was going to go over something else, and then I lost track of what I was thinking. USB Music actually just got launched onto the Xbox One. You can click a link that they supplied, Xbox supplied. You can search for it as Simple Background Music Player. It's kind of an odd name, but I mean I get it because it's supposed to be like a thin client. It's supposed to not use very much memory. It's really cool that they're doing this. That you can play your own background music. So if you want to play a specific sports game, you turn the music down on your game and you play your background music instead. It's fantastic. If you want to play Rocket League and you want to play your own music, you are a heathen because Rocket League has great music. Whatever you want to do, you can play your own music there. I think it's cool that they've added this finally. I'm surprised that it took so long because Xbox is so focused on media. They are so focused on this machine being your entertainment center. Everything for entertainment. I'm surprised it took so long for them to do this, but happy about it. Another drink. We got some more rumors-ish. These were relatively substantiated by people who usually are good at rumors. So the NX is going to launch in March, like we've mentioned. And there are reports that NX is going to launch with a Mario game and a Pokemon game from the Pokemon Company on a console within 6 months of the launch. I really hope that it comes out. Now, the wording that I've heard from everybody says the NX will get Zelda, Mario, and Pokemon within 6 months. Now, I've heard places that say, no, Zelda is a launch title. I've heard other places that say possibly a launch title. If this does not come out with the NX, if I can't get a Zelda, if I can't get it the same day, I'm going to be very upset. We've been waiting way too long. We've been waiting for Zelda since the Wii U came out. We've been waiting for this Zelda game. And especially after the big presentation, I hope we're going to get it because that game looks beautiful. I just hope that Nintendo doesn't try to do some type of update system like other developers are doing. Nintendo's been very good about putting out a finished product, and a lot of other developers are taking advantage of the fact that that you have updates and you have patches. I think it's a bad policy, and I hope that Nintendo doesn't fall in this pitfall. I don't think they will if the rumors are true about the cartridges. I don't think they'll fall into that pitfall. But fingers crossed, Pokemon, Zelda, everything on this game system. I can't wait to get one. If I could get one early, I would. I'd flip out. So I'm really looking forward to that. Another thing I'm looking forward to, because I know we don't talk about this game much. I don't know if you've heard of this game. It's called Rocket League. So Rocket League, Excuse me. Rocket League Rumble mode is coming out, and I think it's cool, but I don't know if it's for me. And the reason that I say that is because of that right there. You're adding grappling hooks, and they're adding these big, giant, punching ball things. It's free. You can go try it. If it's not your thing, you don't have to do it. That's one thing that I love about Rocket League, about the developer, is that you can play whatever version of Rocket League you want. And the most populated servers are still the traditional game, but they're coming out with some really cool stuff. Hoops, the Snow Day, which I played for a little bit, whoops, hit the wrong button. Snow Day and Hoops and the Rocket Labs. There's some really cool stuff with the Rocket League is coming out with. So the items for Rocket League, let me pull those up real quick. Goofy power-ups. Thank you guys again for bearing with me. So the items are as follows. The boot, which we saw in the trailer. You can kick an opponent's car. I hope you can also kick the ball, because that'll be really weird. You can kick the ball away from your opponent. They're trying to dribble the ball, and you can kick it out. That'd be really cool. Disruptor. The Disruptor forces the opponent to drive uncontrollably. I would be so irritated. So this is essentially Rocket League's version of Mario Kart, is what we're really getting at. Freezer. Freezes the ball in place. That could be really cool. If you wait for that specific time, you reposition your shot, drive towards it, it unfreezes, and you kick it in the goal. It'd be fantastic. Grappling hook pulls you towards the ball. Could be cool. The Haymaker punches the ball. So apparently you can do that instead of the boot. I think it's a specific thing it has to target is what it really boils down to. Magnetizer attracts the ball to your car. That's what you saw. Excuse me. That's what you saw in the trailer. The ball was like being pulled by a car, and then he goes into the goal, and the ball goes into the goal with him. That's pretty cool. Plunger grabs the ball of the plunger in a cord, and it pulls it towards you. The power hitter, you hit everything harder, which is cool. Spike, those are the spikes on top of the car, so it'll attach the ball to the car. If you bump into it, then you can drag it into wherever it is. I believe most of these are timed in that position. Swapper, change positions on the field with your opponent. That could be bonkers. Change places with them where they're going towards the ball, and then you knock, it could be really cool. Tornado sweeps up the ball and cars into a giant funnel cloud. So, they're cool. I mean, they're cool items. I probably won't play this very much at all. It's gonna be, you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be a drinking game. Let's be honest. This is gonna be something we're gonna get a bunch of people over. We should do this next time we have a TWIOCH party and stream stuff. We'll get a bunch of people together and play this and see, because to me this is all about the hyperbole. This is about ridiculous stuff. If you're crazy concerned min-max ranked player, this probably isn't going to be for you. You'll have some fun with it though. By the way, I've learned how to aerial the other day. Still not great at it, but I know. Laugh at me in the comments. I just now figured. I knew how to do it. I just didn't explore it very much, because with the way that Rocket League goes, for me at least, it's really hard to keep up with everything going around, as well as trying to fly across the screen. I prefer to kind of knock stuff in like a pool ball. I will jump towards something and knock it at an angle, but the flying, deflecting stuff, I'm still learning. So No Man's Sky got a patch, and I need to play this game. I need to play this game so bad. I got so many things to do, but this game is just beautiful. No Man's Sky's patch basically is a freaking huge patch. Adds multiple endings, and it also gets more player interactivity. It's a little over 3.5 gig, but I I'm so intrigued by this game, and I'm so hopeful by it. There was a player, and I don't remember us talking about this, so I'm going to talk about it. There was a player who actually bought this game 2 weeks prior to it coming out. He bought the game for $1,300. Bought the game, played the game, streamed video of it. Sorry, it launches tonight at midnight. There was a guy who bought it weeks ago, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. He bought it and he was streaming and showing videos of it until finally the developer said, "Can you please stop? Can you please stop? The game isn't even out." And he was streaming tons of it. Curious how he really got a hold of it, but I don't know. To me, the fact that it leaked and he was playing it, the fact that they weren't shutting him down and they were just saying, "Hey, please don't do this," was nice of them. I mean, they could have just said, "No, knock it off. Stop it. This is ours. We're shutting you down. We're banning you." If you play back in the day, 3 years ago, on the Xbox 360, if you had a copy of an Xbox 360 game before launch and they didn't send out review copies of the game and you were playing it on Xbox Live, they would ban you for doing that. Xbox would ban you. So, I mean, good on them for not trying to take some type of legal action from leaking this stuff. But man, I really want to play this game. So let me know, is No Man's Sky something you're really wanting to play? Are you going to pick it up at midnight tonight? Midnight tonight being on the 8th, so the morning of the 9th. Let me know in the comments if you're going to do that. So we mentioned the kind of theme for today's show. Today's questions were going to be your favorite Mario series, and there are a lot to choose from in this. And I'm gonna make a choice that a lot of people aren't going to expect. But I want to talk about a couple of the different versions of Mario that have been out there. So there are multiple different versions of Mario that are out there. Mario game series. The original 1, The Lost Levels, and 3. 2 is kind of its own thing. If you're a fan of 2, I don't know what's wrong with you, but it's a different game. It's not quite Mario. So you have 1, The Lost Levels, and 3, Super Mario World. Are you a fan of Paper Mario? Are you a fan of Super Mario RPG? It's a really cool series. I'm actually going to make a controversial. Also the Mario Galaxy, the 3D Mario, and we can throw in that 3D mix Mario 64 for those games. And to me, I think those games are fantastic. I think they hold a very special place in my heart for nostalgia reasons. The 3D version of Mario holds a very special place in my heart. But my favorite Mario series has been the new Super Mario Bros. Wii and new Super Mario Bros. Wii U. The mix, the 2D, 3D, all the stuff that the 2D stuff with that, and being able to play classic 2D Mario, being able to play that, run around with co-op at the same time as other people, running on the same screen, bumping them and helping them get up onto ledges they couldn't get up on. It's a beautiful chaos, and I really love it. So let me know in the comments what your favorite version of Mario is. What are your favorite Mario series? Did you like Super Mario Sunshine, or are you a fan of Paper Mario? Do you play more 2D or 3D Mario? I'm assuming most of you play the 2D stuff. But let us know in the comments what you prefer. If you're watching this afterwards, you can also tweet to us at TWIOCH. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. Please subscribe and like our videos. Comment and talk to us. We will talk to you. If you're listening to us on a podcast, thank you so much. We have a lot of loyal podcast listeners, and we love you so much. Feel free to tweet to us at TWIOCH. We'll talk to you there. You can join us on our Facebook group, TWIOCH. This Week in Our Collective Heads, which is what TWIOCH stands for. Go interactive with us. We love the feedback that we get. It really helps us bring a better product to you guys. So let us know in the comments of YouTube or Facebook, wherever it is, what you think of Mario, what your favorite Mario series are, and we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.